Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Smart Poker YouTube channel. Another episode of Humpdazed. This is number 102. As always, my wife, Crispy Wannabe, is here beside me.
Cheers, everybody.
All right, let me see if I can't just...
We're welcome back to Wednesday. Sorry we missed last Wednesday. Something came up last minute, but we're back tonight, and we hope everybody is feeling those feel goods of a good Wednesday after getting high all day. Hopefully you're high right now. We're happy to see aliens in the chat. Sheldon Estes, how's it going? Bonsai Garden Guy, Roger, Old School. It's good to see you. Smart has posted the link in chat, and he's going to pin that too. And
it's pinned.
It's pinned.
I got a couple joints rolled up here. Hey, these flowers that you see on the screen are ones that my wife and I are trying to root because we have this massively beautiful rose bush that we inherited when we bought this house. The old lady that lived here must have been growing it for a while. Last year, I cut it back to about a foot, and it blew up this year, and it's a weird rose bush. My wife and I noticed something. Well, I think all rose bushes are like this, but I noticed this the other day, is that the roses, you know how flowers during the sun they'll open up and then at night they close up and shit. It seems like no matter when I go out there, the roses are always open. It can be nighttime before the sun comes up. They're always open. I found that kind of odd, but we're trying to root these so we can give a couple out as gifts. What's up, Art?
Cheers, Art man.
Hey guys. Hi, how's it going?
Good. Oh, it's going great.
Just saying hi to chat.
Oh,
good.
Iced coffee tonight, man. Starbucks iced coffee.
Yeah, we figured it's a nice hot day. We're gonna switch it and have
Starbucks. Pinkies up.
Hey, it's fun. I didn't go to the Starbucks. They're actually building one not far from where we live. We don't have one and never had one, but we'll have one now for the people that want to drive out there to it. We bought this from the store, man. It comes in a bottle, you know?
It was a grocery store carried it.
They got McCafe, I think. I don't know if they had it there. They have a couple different kinds, man. Dunkin' Donuts kind and stuff. It's pretty good. What's up, Jace?
Jace, how are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. How's it going, guys and gals?
Oh, it's going great.
Hey, Jace. What's up?
Thanks for looking good, brother.
They sure are. Getting bigger by the day.
Nice.
Really coming along. I'm really happy with how they're going. They're not all perfect, but you know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the benefits of growing multiple strains. You get to see all those differences. Sometimes you want to cry about it though, when one wants to stay real tall and one wants to stay real short. And you're like, come on, can we meet in the middle here, please?
Yeah, just make it easy on us. Come on now.
Yeah.
Right. It's weird how they're not in line with our demands and what goes good with us. Someone told me that once. They said, you got to remember this plant isn't trying to flower so small can have big buds. It's trying to reproduce and make seeds. That's its main goal in life, is to just reproduce. And we're manipulating that. So, but yeah, they look good. Matter of fact,
big time.
Heartman's firing up with us. I've had this cough for like a week and a half. I can't seem to get rid of it, man. I swear me and my wife must have it's crazy. I got sick and went away to come back and it went away. It comes in waves and I feel like crap. But it's mostly been my chest and coughing and stuff. I swear.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Why did you the COVID? I had all the symptoms, man, to a T.
That sucks. My brother still don't have a taste back. Yeah, he lost his taste about 2 months ago. He still don't have it back. So, yeah. And he's a great chef too. It's such a blow. It's such a blow to him. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, man, that would
suck. Makes me sad. You know? He is a great cook. Excellent. But anyway.
And that would suck. You know, it's like, oh man.
Hopefully it comes back.
Yeah, I like having the smell and the taste. Those are things I find
positive.
Yeah,
positive attitude.
Hopefully, he'll get his smell and taste back soon. So
Let's see what Jason's got here. What do we got, buddy?
Perfectly healthy, man. They have no real nice leaves, no burnt tips, nothing's
Jumping up, aren't they?
He's
Yeah.
firing on all cylinders.
I got the runt there in the front still. It's catching up a little bit though, so I'm happy with how it's going. That Laughing Buddha,
You know what, though, Jace? It's a healthy runt. It's not like a runt because it's sick or because it's all gnarled up. You know what I mean? It just happens to be a little bit shorter. It could be just strain dependent or whatever. But I know what you mean. The little one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it'll bounce back and just be the biggest one eventually in here. You never know. It could catch up to the rest.
I've had it happen.
Might catch up.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was dosey dose. We had a real little dosey dose for a long time. And after we finally topped them, man, at the end, it ended up being like 3 inches taller. And I shit you not, dude. It was a foot the whole time. It was down 10 inches or a foot, man.
It was wild.
Let me put you back up here. I love seeing this shit, man, because this is great. 5 different strains, and it's very obvious, you know?
Yeah, that strawberry cough, man. Look how lanky that thing is. That's the one I probably like the least out of here. And I noticed these top nodes, those nodes are like laying down up there. I've never seen that before.
Nor have I.
That is wild.
That's wild. It looks like it might be
strange.
taking the first fan beating, too. See how it's dancing consistently versus the other ones?
Yeah, it doesn't have as much support there. It's kind of the thinnest one out of the bunch. But I'll tell you what, this Jack, and then I've got Acapulco Gold in the back. They're almost identical. I mean, they look like they're about the exact same plant.
Oh, wow.
They're healthy.
And let me say
They
hi
look
to
good.
XYZ. Make sure he knows he's hooked up.
Cheers, XYZ. Good
Yeah, and
night.
that blue
Okay.
XY, that blue dream in the back, that was the biggest steed to come up, but now it's still pretty good. I mean, it's got some really good vegetative growth going.
He's tighter than 2 coats of paint.
Yeah, I like that.
Nothing wrong with that.
You got the bush going, the good bush.
Yeah.
Looking good.
It's
Absolutely.
got real tight nodes on it though. That's the one I look forward to training the most. I'm almost to the point where I'm going to mainline, but I'm kind of wanting to do them all at the same time so they're more uniform. So I might wait a little bit longer, but most of these are ready to start mainlining.
Yeah, that Jack Hare, how many nodes are you on that thing? It looks pretty well established. I don't believe you're going to be able to do them all at the same time.
It's just now on the 4th node on the top.
No, that's your Laughing Buddha. I meant the Jack Herrera on the right.
Oh yeah, it's got. I think it's on its 6th node right now or more.
Yeah, it's ready to rock
And that Acapulco Gold, you said they look like neck and neck. It's probably there too.
Yeah, I don't count the first node that's on that single leaf. I go up one more.
Okay.
The first multi-leaf node.
You know, here's a good tip for you. So if you're going to definitely mainline these, you're already going to you're going to cut them back to 3 or 4. I don't know if you're not counting that first, or maybe you're cutting back to 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4, just depending on how you judge it, you know. And then
and you'll clean all the lower ones up after that, right?
Yeah, I'll leave the leaves down there, but I'm going to cut the nodes off, and then that's kind of the bad thing about
now, Jace. It's not a bad idea to get that out of the way now. That way you're staggering that event and the topping. You know, you take those off now, and then you wait like 2-3 days, and you come in and top, or vice versa. If you waited too long, I always like to come in and top, and then I'll wait a couple days, take them lowers off. But like you said, just for those tips, you know.
Yeah, just the nodes out, leave those leaves on there. That's the bad thing about mainlining. It's a good reward, but it's high risk. I mean, you've only got 2 nodes, so if you snap one off, there's 50% of your yield off that one plant.
That's why I don't train hard on those 2 nodes. And I'll tell you a secret: when you get to those 2 nodes, and you're letting them grow out, you know, what you do is you'll have 4 nodes on each side there. You'll be able to, instead of pulling down your one main, you know what I mean? You take the just super crop it. That way you're controlling the break. You know, you can super crop it, just squeeze it in your finger, wrap it with some shit, squeeze it in your fingers and ease it down, man. And then you'll never have to worry about splitting it at the plant vagina. Well, I can't wait till you go through this. We'll talk about it as you go through it. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought these. I might try to use those out. You know, you just stake them in the ground and pull your top down with it.
Yeah, I like those too, because like then when if your plant, it's not restricting your plant so much that your plant can pull it out as opposed to breaking.
I don't know about those. They're deep on both sides. Now, if you had one side of that thing cut off, that's what I use. If you look at your trainer again, can you point down at your trainer one more time? That wire. Yeah. So what I do is I use the same kind of thing, except one side of that would be cut off with like an inch left over, making like a hook. And then I pull it down and just put one side down in. And as my wife's mentioning, as the plant grows, it'll kind of pull it out of the ground on itself instead of tearing my plant apart, you know? And you just have to be, you seem like you're around your plants a good bit, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm in here every day. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
Then you should be fine. But if you was like XYZ vector, you might leave for a week and come home and your plant just, those two nodes would be torn clean off.
Yeah, that would suck. That sounds like a good idea for like having to rearrange that.
If you timed all the, people do that, they time down steadfast. You almost need like that's why the plant trainer benders are so nice, dude. That's the gold standard, if you ask me. Someone was saying this, Jace. I know you already have those stakes. They look like garden stakes to me. Those things you have are great for holding geotextile down in a garden or somewhere. Put them down, pound them with a hammer, and it pins them deep. But you can get those grapevine trainers. They're supposed to be cheap. They don't have the cannabis tax attached to them, and they're adjustable. I guess they're pretty decent. I don't even know what they look like, but I've been hearing about them all over, so I'm just passing it on.
Yeah, I think I used to use those a little bit when I was at that commercial grow. I'm just gonna stretch these out basically till they get to the edge of the pot
and let them go.
Yeah, let them go up, and then that way you got wiggle room when it gets time to flower and you're going through the bolt. That gives you some extra canopy space if you need to lay some stuff down or tie it down a little bit.
How many days we on now?
Oh shit, I'll have to go back and look. I can't remember, to be honest.
It's over 30, correct?
No, I don't think it's that long. I think it's about 3.5 weeks.
Okay, so we're approaching. That's cool. That's good growth.
Getting there. Looking good.
Yeah, they were slow going, coming out of seed, and then they were slow going in those solo cups. But man, you get them in these air pots, and man, they just jump off. I'm doing the high frequency fertigation, so I'm going. I'm up to 3 events a day now.
Nice. Have you checked any runoff lately? I kind of put you on the spot here because I know when they're doing well, I don't always check my runoff.
That's true. We get complacent if everything's going correctly. We just don't.
But it is nice to do it. It gives you an idea of where you're at. Like you might check it right now and realize it's half of what you're putting in, and that's quite the anomaly. But your plants look great. You might check it and realize it's almost dead nuts what you're pouring in. It's coming out the bottom in small amounts, and then you can see other strains might be different. It's pretty cool to have that data. It'll blow you away sometimes.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way as y'all. If everything's looking good, I only check it maybe once a week, and I usually don't check it until I start noticing a problem. But I checked it about 3 or 4 days ago, and I'm putting in about 1200 EC, and it was coming out about 1050.
Okay, that's right on par.
Wow, yeah.
Cheers, Marcus. Ads, chat, Roger, Lone Star Larv. Cool, man.
So, okay, Jace, have you ever broken any plants, training them before?
Nothing too bad. I've certainly broken stems off before. Some ones that you don't want to. Some are better than others, but
yeah.
I'm pretty careful in there.
I want to show you a picture here, if you don't mind.
I'm trying to recall. It wasn't all that long ago that we broke a branch off and put the
You see this on the screen? That's what I call a plant giant right there, where you top it. And you can see I topped it with a good inch or two left to go. It had when I originally topped it, it was a well-pronounced next node, and I went right under it, and I'll be damned. I gave it a shake and it busted. Snapped her clean in half, man.
Yeah.
Right.
It did.
That's rough.
Not so much here or here, but right in here.
we were trading in a Northern Lights, I think, and early on snapped a branch. I snapped a branch. I didn't even like it. It just happened so quickly when I was trying to put a clip on, like one of those training clips, and it just broke the whole thing. So Smart put that that grafting tape around it.
Susan Sarandon wrap.
Yeah, we Susan Sarandon wrapped that thing up. And you know what? It never did lose that branch. It just ended up being a crooked one. That was like the last time we broke a plant. I remember because I was the one that did it. But I thought at the time, I was like, oh my God, you know, I totally screwed this plant all up. But
XYZ Vector was here and then bumped. He said his connection.
That's XYZ.
Yeah, I've done something almost exactly like that. On my last one, I was actually LSTing, and I just had my wire on it, and I was pulling it down, and it split like right down the middle where I had topped it. That's why I started leaving a little nub there when I top. You know, that gives it more support.
Yeah.
Well, this looks so
Hey, I broke a
catastrophic.
branch. I broke a branch on my last flower, so I put a couple of splints on it and tied it up. It did fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked at the one we like because it was like it looked like it was hanging. It broke almost the whole way, but was only hanging on by like one little thread. But we got it to go.
I feel bad. XYZ's at the airport. If I'd known that, we could have
man.
went to him and got
Again, damn, that boy he's in the airport more than anybody.
He's a globetrotter, man.
Yeah, he is.
You know what? I'm hoping he's on his way back home. For a little, you know, plant time and
I hear you.
On the road. So I'm hoping you're on your way home, brother.
And if you're not on your way home, that things are awesome and gonna go your way, and you're having a good day and a good trip.
Yeah.
And you're traveling in first class and you meet cool people.
First class. Yeah.
Everything. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, he's on his way to Jacksonville, Florida. At least it's Florida, right? Go to the beach. Is that near the beach? Can you get to the beach from Jacksonville, Florida? I don't think so. I think it's inland.
I can't remember.
But yeah, that's it does suck to break a plant, man. I think there's different levels of break, you know, like that one I showed you, depending on the time of growth, that's catastrophic. It's going to stunt your plant. It's going to really have an impact on your yield. But I think if you break just a satellite cola and you still have like 7 other ones that are solid and running, they'll just pick up that extra weight. There's going to be enough energy to go around. They'll just pack on a little more. So I think there's big differences in when you want to press your luck and when you don't, at least with me. And I see other people that like have a plant count, you know, and they're like 7 weeks into veg and shit, and they're really pushing their luck trying to pin like colas down to the substrate really tight. And I'm thinking, man, I just don't see the risk versus reward on that. You know, if visually it looks kind of cool, I guess, but I don't like anything real close to my substrate, first of all, especially when you're doing high frequency fertigation. That's a moist area. So I like the lollipop. I like to have a few inches, and I don't want to peel my shit down and pin it to there real bad, you know? So yeah.
Moist. He said moist.
Moist.
But you know, when you're talking about plant count, I often wonder is like if you have 1 or 2 plants over the count list, are they just going to slap you on the wrist and maybe say, you know, bad you, don't do it again, you know, just like a verbal warning, as opposed to you having 50 plants over count? Are they going to even look and recognize if your plant count is 6 and you have 8 jammed in your tent? I mean, and how often I don't hear of anybody getting caught for a plant count. I haven't heard of it yet. If anybody else out there has.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, if you're like 1 or 2 plants over, I wouldn't think they would want to mess with you. I mean, they got bigger fish to fry. But yeah, if you're doing your own commercial growth on the side, then yeah, they'd probably come after you.
I caught my cat.
I've never heard of anybody even raving.
I'm sorry. See, there's a bird feeder right there, man. That's what that is. There's a bird feeder hanging there, and she tried to climb up the tree to get to the damn birds, man. You believe that?
Of course
shit?
she did.
She's so bad.
Yeah.
I snapped a picture, and I wanted to show you guys. I love her to death, though. It's my little best friend right there.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, my best friend.
That'd be
And-
nice if your cat ate slugs. That'd be great.
Oh,
my
that'd be
goodness.
freaking awesome, man.
That would be nice.
I'm sorry, I interrupted your plant count talk. I
No.
apologize.
No, and it's like if Pennsylvania becomes legal and we have a plant count, can we count Mimsy in? Because she likes to eat a lot of leaves, and we're the three amigos here, so
Yeah.
we'd like, and she uses that medicine to like bat around and chew the leaves off, and like
we haven't been growing in a little while, and it's really bugging me, man. I find myself sitting out early, just staring at the garden, weed eating, spending as much time as I can outside and shit. And it just sucks not growing. And you know what? I realized we lost our grow to all them seeds, unfortunately. That was a real kick in the balls to the confidence right at the end there. So anyhow, we got that. The whole room's tore up over there, and nothing's growing. And I realized that we didn't have a harvest this year at all, except for that one little solo cup that made it through there.
Yeah,
but
we have the White Fire Gelato. Thank you.
One jar full, but we have not had a harvest this year, and we'll be lucky to squeeze one in here at the end, which we will. And but damn, it sucks to be this. We're already almost 6 months, 7 months now without an actual harvest. That sucks, man. We still got bugs.
How long has that been? How long has it been, though? That's the thing. It's a lifestyle, and you're not in it right now. And that's rough.
Yeah.
Because it's a habit. Every day, you're checking those plants every single day.
Oh, I know.
You're on them, man. You're hugging the your babies. And now you're like jonesing. You're like, no attention, man.
Everything's tore up in the room. Nothing looks right. I'm just, it's heavy on your heart, I mean, everything's great, but that just sucks. It's like, damn, man.
I believe it's called withdrawals.
Yeah, that's it. When's it going to be ready? When's it going to be ready?
And the bad thing is like,
I feel bad for you, though.
Grow in the summer because it gets too hot. But I know that we can handle one. We could set up for one.
Well, that's what part of the upgrade is I'm getting a heavy BTU air conditioning unit. One that's going to vent the atmosphere. You know what I mean? One of those deals where I can run it at 30-40% capacity, and that's plenty, Right now, the one I have runs at 100 and can barely keep up on a tepid day. So, we've been struggling with that. And I've known what our shortcomings were. These will fix some of them, not all of them, but sure will feel a lot better to have it put back.
Heat is a bad one. Oh yeah, heat is a bad one. I'm looking at a mini split right now. So for my room,
man, I've been looking at them too. Hey, Art, man, I got a bunch of insulation downstairs and shit, man. I got wire down. I got junction box. I'm ready to roll, man. And I got like saving up. I want to get a metal roof put on, so I got to cut a hole up through that ceiling and recheck all my substrate underneath of the metal roofing before I do all that. See if any of that needs replaced. You know how it goes. But I'm like trying to afford to pay it out. I'm paying for it with cash, man. So it's like you gotta wait a little bit longer on some jobs, and then I thought I would. You know how it goes. It's just not really quick enough for me. And I'm like, shit, I wanted to be further along by now, man. And so it's coming.
These things take time.
Sucks not
patience, huh?
I rely on you guys.
I heard that.
Yeah, we're looking at your plants and thinking, at least we get to see your plants. And we do have the outdoor garden, which is nice. I'm glad it's growing.
Here, I'll show you mine.
I was just getting ready to ask. Is it time?
I don't have a lot. All I got is these three. This is the flow, of course. But this one, Bambalam's doing real good. She's all healthy, thick. Nice fat leaves. This is not a seedling anymore.
No, she's not worried. There's no risk in her. She's off to the races.
Yeah, that's looking good.
Slurricane right
Sex
there.
test.
Cool.
I gotta check probably tomorrow. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, I waited too long. I forgot to send it. It was like, oh shit. But anyway, it's a reg, so I got to do that. This is a fem though. The slurricane is a fem, so I don't have to worry about that. And it's doing real good too. Yeah, it's a plant, little plant now. No longer seedlings. So looking good.
That was a Farmer Freeman tag, huh?
At this point, Smut feels he's out of the danger zone.
I feel like you're out of the. Yeah, somebody called Kenny Loggins.
I am. I feel much better now. Well, they're not near as fragile at this stage. Let's face it. You get 5-6 inches, you're good.
Yeah.
Or I'm good anyway. But those little bitty guys, geez. Yeah, those are bad. So, anyway. But that's what's going on here. My other room is at 4 weeks. It's got 5 to go. But everything's looking good. It's dark right now, though.
It's full.
Yeah,
too,
it's
man.
full. The buds are stacked deep.
Yeah,
and I'm sure they're fatter now.
They will be. It's stretching out quite a bit more than I thought it would, honestly. So that's cool. But that'll be Sunday.
Yeah.
I think I'll throw a piece of hash on a pin.
And we found, I don't know if we told everybody about our volunteers. We found we got some volunteers. This is funny. Where we had our compost pile last year, I moved it, man. Stacked wood there all winter and shit, and everything else. Well, this year, right up between the wood, some wood I have stacked back there. Here comes tomato plants from last year where we composted them there. And they would have been the same ones that I'm growing in the raised bed garden right now, early girls, and from the same person and everything. But they seem to be doing a little bit better over there because I don't know. I guess they don't have the same pest pressures or whatever. But I was pretty cool to see that. And you want to tell them about the other one we found?
Oh yeah, we composted a few pumpkins in our garden in October, and we have a pumpkin plant growing in our garden. Yeah,
that's cool.
So that was cool to find that.
We'll have to keep it corralled, and we're going to try to maybe grow it a little bit out here. Look at that's going to be a massive hit right there. That's what we call.
That's a beauty. That's a beauty. Oh yeah,
a long buster.
But yeah, we're going to get our training on and try to train this pumpkin to growing in a certain way. And we may or may not transplant.
Look at him. He's like, is it me? Hey, you're not stoned. That's what it is, Ty. That's funny. Ty's like, what the hell am I looking at?
Our cat's being bad trying to get birds out of a bird feeder.
It's a bird feeder up here in the right. All it is like a little tray with a mesh bottom in it, and it hangs from 3 pieces of chain. It's actually in the picture, but some reason it cuts the way off. You could see the whole cat and everything in the picture I took. And
it's always like a Tweety bird situation. You can never catch them.
No,
they always run away, and
she's wicked hardcore when it comes to that shit. Though she's always creeping on them. It's funny because that's become one of my hobbies. I sit out there and watch the birds, man. I'll just put a chair underneath of that tree and watch the birds come to the feeder. We got our catbirds, the bluebirds, and the red birds, and they all make different noises. It's a lot of fun, And they come close. If you sit there real still, they'll come pretty close. They're trustworthy, and it's pretty fun. But the cat, when she comes out, they don't even come around. They know. They see her coming. So I can only do that when Kitty's locked up. But yeah, that's what you're looking at. I can change it up.
She doesn't really climb trees too much. So.
We don't know what she does. She goes out for 6 hours in the middle of the night.
I know.
We don't know what she's into.
You need to put a tracker on her. Ever seen those trackers they have? Guy thought his cat was just hanging around his neighborhood, and he went around like 3-4 miles and came back to the house. It's crazy. It was nuts how far the cat wandered. Yeah.
I seen another dude put one on. It was like a video recorder, and you could see the cat doing all kind of wild stuff, man. It was like going up on the neighbor's porch and eating their cat food and going down the road. And he was like, damn, he's stealing the neighbor's cat food, and we got a bunch outside. Hey, here's a picture of our fence. I don't know if Jens was around last year. Jens might remember us growing beans up along this fence. It runs down to one side, down the alley there. And these are anybody know what those are? They're too small
really
to tell. They're cucumbers. Cucumbers. Look, they're pickling cucumbers.
So we're gonna give that a try.
Hey, I'm gonna make a confession. This is how stupid I can be, man. I thought cucumbers and pickles were 2 different things, like 2 different plants. And I thought pickles. I thought pickles were. Yeah, I thought they were two different things, man. And I guess pickles are what, just cucumbers picked early, right?
No,
Well, there's different types too. Yeah. There's some are just for pickling.
Yes, you use cucumbers to
absolutely.
make pickles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know why I never thought this through before, man.
You never made the connection. That's all.
The other day I was sitting
there. Never made the connection.
It's a gherkin. Small Tube said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the bread.
There's quite a few of them, I believe.
Hey, listen, I like the bread and butter pickles. So what do I grow? Cucumbers and like pick them early? And is it, or how, you know what I mean? What's the difference between a dill, bread and butters?
It's
see, everybody's not so smart and laughing at me now, are you?
Well,
I do not know pickles or cucumbers.
I thought a pickle was a pickled cucumber.
Yeah, it's a pickled cucumber. You could have a pickled egg or a pickled.
I like them.
You know.
Remember when we was kids, you could go in there and pull right out with a pair of tweezers and buy one pickle and then put the lid back on the jar. And I think like they probably don't do that as much as they used to.
Yeah.
They had the eggs there and everything.
I think they got them packaged now. I've seen them sealed in a package, but you can buy pickles still. You can definitely get snack pickles.
I ever tell you guys about the time I worked in the pickle factory?
Oh my God.
Smart, didn't you used to work in a pickle factory?
He did. He used to work in a pickle factory until he got fired.
Yeah, I got fired.
What'd you get fired for?
I stuck my wiener in the pickle slicer, and then she got fired too.
Jace, you walked into that one so bad.
Is that when she became your big toe?
Yeah. You're right. There you go. Everybody's hankering for a pickle now, aren't they?
I knew that was coming, though. I heard that.
Thank you for walking me through.
I'm glad it was you, Jace. Slow pitch. That's what we call that.
Yeah. Oh, shit. It's a lot of fun. That's why I'm doing this. Doesn't always have to be. But yeah, we're growing them out. We put some sunflower. I got one right here ready to go.
Fire it up. We need it.
We put some sunflowers out there too. Because the birds like those sunflowers, and they help create a little bit of privacy for us from someone that might drive down that alley. That alley doesn't see much action at all, really. But if someone was like walking down there or driving down there, or smoking a joint in the backyard, it gives you a little bit of a buffer, you know. So we got some sunflowers. Plus, it'll be nice to get the heads off of them for seeds.
Oh yeah, for the birds, most definitely.
Pickle mania. Hey, you guys heard about pickleball?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Actually, sweeping the country. Yeah,
it is.
You know, we are the suburbs of Pittsburgh, which is famous for its pickle fest.
Yeah, there's a pickle fest, man.
You know,
they
have giant balloon pickles downtown.
It's for Heinz. The Heinz and them do it. Yeah. You want to go to pickle?
Well, our town has a Libby factory nearby, and that's a pumpkin festival.
Oh, Libby!
Choose your poison. Yeah. So everybody's got it around them somewhere.
That we use, Art Man. Libby's the only brand of pumpkin filling that we use. I can see the can right now, and then you need 1 can of Coronation Instant Milk to go with it, and bam, you're in business, man. You get the Nestle Coronation Instant Milk, right?
Oh yeah.
I think it's that, or is it Nestle Carnation or whatever? But yeah, that's good stuff. Libby's, huh? The pumpkin festival. When's that? Every fall.
Yep, every fall. It's pretty fun.
Do you go to it?
Well, you'll have something like that everywhere. I mean, there are probably cranberry festivals and watermelon festivals, and there's all kinds. Whatever is the predominant crop. Strawberry festival. That sounds cool.
June 1st. Strawberries come
That's my favorite berry.
Dude, they're going to have strawberry shortcake, strawberry ice cream, everything strawberry. They're gonna have all kinds.
Plus,
of stuff.
they're gonna have pulled pork and halushki, chlubki, some other Polish favorites.
And maybe pickles.
I'm like, maybe some pickles.
Maybe.
We're super stoked.
Maybe some gurks on the line over there.
We'll hope for you.
I'm firing this joint up. Yes, we can make
We'll
a
hope
pumpkin
for you,
pie.
bud.
I've never made a pumpkin pie from a real pumpkin though.
We'll just cut up or cook down. You have to process the pumpkin.
It's probably a lot of work. Huh?
These aren't
And
these aren't orange pumpkins. The Cannon
there's
ones
certain
are kind of white looking. Yeah, they're a white pumpkin looking.
Now you're talking my language, Roger.
We need to buy.
Do they do pumpkin chucking? Damn
Pumpkin
right
chunking.
they do. They fire them sucker. Yeah, they have an air-powered cannon that fires pumpkins.
Dude,
They
I'm glad
shoot
you
that
said
son of a bitch. Oh man,
air-powered cannon.
That's the title holder, isn't it?
crazy.
The air-powered cannon. That thing's
Well,
huge. It
you
looks like a
know-
big truck tank for. Oh, it's
they
massive.
do.
That's
I don't know if they
pretty cool.
still have that as a contest or not. But yeah, they do.
You
They
see
fire
Mystery Channel
pumpkins.
Discovery.
Yeah.
Pump-
Yeah.
pumpkin
Treasure
chucking.
Chase.
Yeah, there's a place not far from here that has it's a pretty big trebuchet that could launch a pumpkin super far, and they really use it.
I'll
It's
bet.
pretty cool. This machine is just, I have a video of it on my phone, or it's in the cloud or something. But yeah, I post pictures on the internet of it.
Yeah, they broke castles with those things. So yeah, well, not with pumpkins though.
No,
But yeah, they launched that shit long ways. Yeah, they're very
dude, that
accurate.
used to be a great show to watch on like Discovery Channel or something. Every year they'd have the pumpkin chunking challenge. You know, people would come with different shit. They would break and stuff. Some would go far, some wouldn't. And people were just stoked. I think they were out there drinking beer all day and ready to just pound some pumpkins out.
Pumpkin cannonballs. That's right, Haas.
I'm doing it, Rose. I really do want to do it.
Do the pumpkin pie with pumpkin.
Hey, I noticed something in the supermarket, man. Watermelons are really expensive this year. They want $10 for a watermelon in Pittsburgh.
Really?
Or
I just paid
$10
$6 for one. I paid $6 for one. A nice one.
$9.98
It was
for a pumpkin or a
Watermelon.
Watermelon?
Yeah, you go for the watermelon.
I thought that because I think last year they were $5. I was thinking how they double over a year. I like buying watermelons, man. Nothing like sitting out on the
Mine was-
on the
Mine was $6, and it's delicious. It's one of the best watermelons. It's the best one I've had this year. So it's a season.
Damn.
I love it.
You know what? I was like, I'm not paying $10, and I act like an old dude. I was like, shit. But I was thinking, there's no way I'm paying $10 for one watermelon. I feel like that's a
would.
wrong.
I would. I don't care. I don't care. If it's something I enjoy, you deserve it.
Here's a
I
question.
mean, it's only another $4, you know.
Yeah.
Well, here's
We'll
the
hit the
question.
farmer's
Do it.
market, and then it's like, yeah, we
Depends
do
how big it
whatever they
is,
want
too,
for
yeah.
their vegetables, and we don't even question it because it's the farmer's market. But
That's better though.
To a farmer, I
That's
guess.
better.
Yeah. Hey, how do you
Better
know
than
a pumpkin's
Walmart.
right? I mean, a damn watermelon. How do you know a watermelon's ready to rock and roll? How do I know that a watermelon's going to be nice, red, and juicy when I cut it open? How do I tell from looking at the outside? Give me the indoor secret. I know somebody here knows it.
You thump it? Is that what it is? I can't remember.
I do that.
About the
I make it
color
look
of the
like I know
bottom
what
as
I'm
well.
doing. When I'm in the store, I pick it up, I look it over, I tell my wife, hey, look, this is a field spot. Because that little white spot that's
Yeah.
on it is called the field spot.
that I heard that's a good way to pick a watermelon is
Yeah.
that field spot and the color of it.
Something about the color of it. I
But
think
that
the
might-
whiter
that
it
might
is,
be
the
right.
better it is, or
I
something.
thought more yellow.
The yellow it is. Maybe somebody knows, but that's called a field spot. And yeah,
If it ain't sweet enough, just dump it in sugar.
I pick them up in the air. Yeah, maybe
The
that's
sugar
why they're
sticks
so.
real nice to the watermelon.
Lone Star says it's a squeak test. I'm afraid to ask about the squeak test. What do you?
Who out there knows? I mean, there's a lot of smart
I don't
people in
know.
the chat right now. Somebody's got to be able to
Sure.
say when I go down there in the market, this is what I'm looking for in my melons.
If it sounds hollow, it's dry. That's another opinion here.
I like salt on my watermelons too, man.
Yeah, and usually we get pretty lucky with the nice sweet watermelons.
I look for one that has that circle, and then I tap them. If they sound like they're waterlogged real bad, I mean, they pretty much all sound the same. But if one thuds a little more and it sounds, I kind of just try to go with that. People are looking at me like I know what I'm doing, you know? I try to play. I play it off. Yeah. I know. I grow these all the time. I'm a farmer.
Oh my goodness.
Follow me, people.
I pick it up according to size. So there's a big pile of watermelons. What the hell do I know?
Yeah, I mean, I like to think that some are better than others because I've had some that weren't that good ones. Yeah, there you go. Hoss Farm says there's YouTube videos on. I should have thought of that.
There you go.
YouTube.
There you go.
Fire up that joint. You're worrying me.
Do you like different kinds of melons? Do you like cantaloupes or honeydews?
Oh,
Yeah, I like olive melon.
yeah, me too. I enjoy I like cantaloupe with my breakfast, man. A nice big slice of cantaloupe with some scrambled eggs and toast and stuff. I think that's a great breakfast.
Wow, that's something I haven't heard before.
Yeah, fresh
I
cantaloupe.
do like them now. That's good stuff. I don't sell my watermelons.
They got the big watermelons, you know.
We could fill our yard with a patch of a melon patch, watermelons, honeydews, cantaloupes, and then we wouldn't have to mow the lawn. We could get out of all of that work.
Hey, check this out. My neighbor is graduating high school. My wife and I watched him carry. We watched them.
So funny.
There was a whole bunch of kids all parked over there. He's a young man, and it looked like they were heading out swimming or something. Because I guess this is graduation. They were sneaking a case of beer out of the one vehicle with towels over top of it and shit. And I was laughing my ass off. My wife, look. I was like, they act like nobody knows what they're doing. You know what I mean?
They were trying to be on the lookout, and that just made it all stand out. It just made them stand out.
Look in both directions.
Hilarious.
I was thinking you could tell there were squares, man. Like, man, you're supposed to drive up the road, swap there, then come back down and park your cars. You know what I mean, or something. Like, where's the mentality out here? I'm like looking at thinking.
I think that they were just not wanting to get caught by the parents, and they succeeded. They got to drive away with their party.
But then the reason it made me think of that is I remember back in the day, people would take a watermelon, cut a hole in it, and jam a fifth of vodka in there, and they would let it sit. And then they're supposed to cut up. But I was never there whenever someone was actually doing it, so I never got to try. I guess you can cut it up and eat the pieces or whatever.
If you put too much alcohol in it, it's really just ruins the fruit. It's. When we did that, we never it was god awful. That it was so strong, but we all got hooked up, so we accomplished the goal. But I never liked the flavor of it. It was nasty. Now I've taken fruit and added vodka and some different juices and mixed up a cocktail that was righteous. That's the way to do it.
Should we get back to the cannabis? I got us way over.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. We're talking about I'm not all the fruit.
I see my neighbor kids.
Drink responsibly. We got a holiday coming up, and
yeah, we do. Got all of our flags out, the bunting's up, everything's rocking.
It's awesome and fun to celebrate. Just be responsible and safe.
Raisins are. He says grapes are raisins in disguise. I think.
Yeah,
that's good with Joe.
I can't remember who it was, but going back to cannabis, but somebody I know today had a pack of triploid seeds.
Oh,
so that should be interesting. Yeah,
that's really
I can't
cool.
remember who it was though. Damn it! I think it was on Discord.
Did they happen to say? Do you happen to recollect where they come from? Humboldt.
I could swear it was Humboldt, but I can't be positive. I couldn't be positive.
I wonder if it's the ones that are herming out. And I hate to say that because I don't want to cast shadow on anybody.
No,
I don't
but we heard that, right? What are you telling us a little bit about that, Jace? About the triploids from Humboldt?
Yeah, they've only got 2 strains in triploids, I believe. But yeah, they had a big group of people on YouTube talking about how many were herming out, and it was pretty high number.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know, this is something new. You kind of expect.
We were saying that before, and I don't know anybody else that has triploid seeds for sale. Does anybody else in the chat or anywhere know of seeds that are for triploid seeds that are for sale? I know they're like $30 a pop, and I think Humboldt had like 6,000 seeds they sold. We came up with all that.
Yep.
Remember last time?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
180 Gs they made or whatever.
Yeah, there's one more breeder that makes them at least that I know of, but I can't think of the name off the top of my head.
I know Brandon Russ showed some little plants a long time ago. They would have been harvested by now. And
Yeah.
he said that they were triploids that he was trying out. I want to say this was in like February, maybe.
Yeah, he said on the Cheap Home Grow show. If y'all, I know I see y'all at that show. That one that he had spoke about the triploid. It was like just briefly, and I wonder what his experience with it. I hope one day we can grow them. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah,
like everything that they say that they're going to be sounds awesome to me. You know, they're going to be, vigorous, growing. They're going to have more terpenes and more THC. Sign me up, right?
Yep, me too.
See, we get into diploids.
Yeah.
And this shit does get confusing because I didn't know this. I used up until like not last year, but the year before that, I used it even that year because I had some left over, and it was weed and feed. It makes your yard look good. I really never knew what I was using, and I find out that it's just a great murder. It murders all dicotyledon plants, and since grass is monocot, it doesn't kill it, and so the nitrogen feeds the monocot, and the other particles in it kill everything else. Well, that's all the wildflowers and everything. So we stopped using it, and the shit still works in some parts of my yard. I still didn't get a lot of stuff, and but we get into diploids, hermaploids. Somebody put hermaploids, or I think that's what they're trying to write. That's funny. Triploids, and then I'm not even sure how far that goes. Can you go further with that? Because I see obviously diploids is 2, triploids is 3. Does that keep going? And what traits come as you hit? Would it be quadruploids? What would it be, Art Man?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I have no clue. I'm not
What's
the same.
Hectaploids. No, that's
quintuploids.
Pentaploids. And then hectaploids. Octoploids. What do I get on that trait? No seeds, no stems, all leaf.
Just a bud.
Just a bud with roots attached to it.
Oh, goodness.
50% THC. Trichomes. A giant trichome is what you get.
No, seriously. But could you go out further past that? I don't really understand it. So those are octoploids.
Hey.
Okay, Miss Manderson.
Wow.
Is it Manderson? That's pretty cool. Or is it M. Anderson?
Anderson.
Yeah.
Manderson. Yeah, could be.
Yeah, like Michael Anderson or something.
But you know, these triploids or whatever that they're growing for these whatever reasons to get the better quality, higher the traits that we're looking for, and better quality, higher, better medicine, may be the wave of the future. And we're on the precipice of that. And the plants that we're growing now will be of the dinosaur.
Holy shit! Look at that. He says Major General says there's one plant has 1,500 sets of chromosomes. 3 is nothing. Well, it seems like a lot to me. 3 brought us triploids, and wait a minute. What's the?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's the first one.
I just want to grow it.
I want to try it out. I definitely want it, but that's
I'm gonna
pretty
have to
cool.
look into them.
You're
I'd love to be the first one here to grow one. That'd be cool.
Yeah, those are the pioneers of it. Like I think
I'll look into it.
More and more people are growing it, and
Well, here's a good thought. Well, it's actually a kind of a sad thought, but it's explanatory, I guess. If you have a person, just one chromosome different out of 23 or a set of 23 or something like that. I'm not really sure about my anatomy at the moment, but just one off really impacts someone. Could be, they could have Down syndrome or something just from one chromosome. So that almost makes you think, if there's that many, when you manipulate them or something, how much different shit you could come up with. I don't even know what more I would want.
That's what I mean. It's the wave of the future. They're gonna put in there what they want and make the, higher THC, more vigorous to grow, all these good qualities that they claim that these are.
Me
that's
personally,
the future.
I'd never even heard of a triploid or diploids until these came out. I didn't know my strawberries were octoploids. I didn't know any of that, or that it was a thing.
That's me. I just want to grow it. I want to see how it does.
I want some flower that regrows itself. You just go in there and pick it off, and it starts growing back.
Oh my goodness! I want sign me up for that too.
The perpetual plant.
Would you like it to roll itself? Twist it right up automatically.
This
plant is regenerative. Back budding.
No, take a clone and flower.
Well, yeah, you do that way. Plus, like if you cut the bud, it does kind of.
$30 a bean though. They are 90 for 3.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll see how they go.
Yeah.
We'll see if they're straightened out yet.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I think that they have a little more work to do. Obviously, if they're having some herming issues, then that tells me they need a little more work. And then the more people we see, the good folks who have tested these out, that are trying to test them out, to let the people know if it's for real and be the pioneers in it. And when they get all the bugs worked out, and I know it's solid because all my friends have grown it, they're raving about the product from finish to end, and in their pipes or their joints or their dabs. That's when I'll want to grow.
Hey, we have this raging hot YouTube show. It's taking off like a rocket. Maybe someone will want to send some over for us to grow whenever we get back up. We'll get one a hold of somebody that has some and tell them we'll mention them twice a week on our show. Send them over. $90. And then we'll send Art Man one, and have somebody else, and
just send enough for all the whole entire panel.
You do realize that you realize this plant can be cloned, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll get.
That's right. Yeah,
Think about
exactly.
buying one of them $30 seeds. You're buying genetics, man. You can clone it as much as you want at that point. You paid for it.
That's right.
You sprouted it. It's yours to go. Now, you can be a dirtball with it, I guess, in some people's minds, but it's yours. You bought it.
Now, one of the few arguments I had on the net, me and Dean got into it, and it was like, I'm not paying $20 a bean. I'm not going to do it. It's not worth it. And then he says, well, look at all the equipment you had hanging on your wall, all your dosers and everything. $20, does that really make that much difference? And I thought, genetics is the main thing we're looking for. Of course not.
Yeah.
And I admitted I was wrong too. I did. I was wrong. If you can get, now if you're buying $30 a bean and you're growing it once, that's it. I wouldn't do that. If you're going to clone it, that $30 will go a long way. Yeah. So. It depends what you're doing.
And that's all what we're used to paying for a seed. I mean, we even
Absolutely.
a while ago, $15 a seed is like max. And
I've only paid 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only paid 10. So. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, if genetics is our main thing, though, that's our main goal. Really.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Art Man, because if you found the right medicine and it was, it's what they're claiming, they're up in their game, and you're not just gonna get just your run of the mill or the regular good genetics that they have on their top shelf. Even they're saying it's above and beyond that. So yeah, we want a little bit more because our product's fire, and then they can't.
Well, now they say it's outside only, so
And then is $30 really a lot of money for a harvest of top shelf medicine that's going to help whatever is ailing you?
It's trendy.
You find,
I don't want to be trendy.
Okay.
It's trendy. Ooh, well,
that's why you get it on the tail end after everybody's done it, and it's been there, and like they'll steer us in the.
It's the new pop music of the cannabis world, and I don't really appreciate the sounds of it right
now. I'm thinking. I'm like, I got dancing to it already.
I'm sticking with Creedence.
Don't be scared, my friend.
Yeah.
No, do you feel?
Hey, 2 minutes ago, you were like, yeah, send us the seeds. We'll grow them on our show.
That's one of the other things. We sit here with so many good seeds in downstairs, right? It's like, I couldn't justify paying $30 for this.
We have good genetics,
So many genetics I'd rather go through than to have those right now. But I am very, very curious, I would say that. I gotta see them go. They're out there. We gotta at least see them go, right? Somebody took the time to make them. I see what
you'll grow different genetics. I mean, it sounds great to me.
High THC,
we'll
high herb, no pollen.
Yep, 30% higher. So that's a lot.
That's significant. That's absolutely incredible.
Absolutely.
That's a large.
I wonder if the entourage effect with the other cannabinoids, I wonder if it also affects those cannabinoids as well. That would be an interesting question to ask a scientist.
Yeah. I believe the thing that extraordinary claims call for extraordinary proof,
Absolutely. Sure. I'll go with that. I'm a science guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is so brand new, so I feel like this is just the tip of the iceberg, that we're just getting like the glimpse of things that could change the world for the good.
There's a lot of stuff that seems to have come along
in the benefits
the last few years.
Industry.
It seems like tissue culture, CRISPR, the triploids, different things are coming out. Now they have testing for hop-laden fibroid over at Farmer Freeman. I saw Artman had one of the Farmer Freeman tags in his little Bamalam reg that he's testing out over there. Well, that thing looks really healthy. I hope that's a female.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking about maybe growing it out anyway. I don't know. I've never really done any breeding, so
could be.
I'd like to have some fresh pollen of some kind.
Pollen donor.
Yeah, I don't know. Think about
cool.
it.
Yeah, you could think about somewhere to possibly tuck it away, and be able to collect it without messing anything up. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Exactly. And do it. Well, I can just do it the way everybody else does it. In a tent by itself, open pollination. I don't have to have. I had mold in that little bag, so I don't know if I want to use that or not. That was a problem.
Oh.
But it didn't spread bad or anything, but I'm not sure what it'd do to the seeds. You know what I mean? I'm not really well versed on that.
Yeah. You know what else? They said, some people were saying you could take that bag off after 3 or 4 days. Was probably
That's true. That's probably, it would have mitigated the rest. I could have even sprayed the actual bud.
You could have
cut the bag off or take the bag off.
Yeah. But lesson learned, right?
Makes it inert, right?
Oh yeah, that's how you get to these conclusions, man. That was and you didn't ruin a whole plant or nothing. It was, you know what I mean. You didn't really ruin anything, but
no, it didn't matter.
To get the information. What are you smoking on over there? Is that a Granderos?
This is actually some of my fresh OG the mother that I harvested, rolling a doobie out of it. Low OG.
How about you? I saw Jason a puff, man, rolling out there a minute ago.
Oh yeah, I was getting on some Pineapple Express.
Ooh, Nice.
We are going to go with cookies and cream.
Sounds good to me.
I forget the strain that it is. It is
shit. It's
cookies and cream
was cookies.
Was it GG4 crossed with Girl Scout cookies?
It's Girl Scout cookies crossed with Starfighter.
Starfighter, okay. It's
so nice. Girl Scout with the Starfighter.
What's that, Art, man? What was you holding there?
This is the white truffle vape pen I got last week.
Nice.
That's the fishing pen.
I like that.
I know. I'm only supposed to be using it fishing, but man, it tastes really good.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying that was a great idea to get one of those for fishing, man.
It is. I haven't been fishing though, so I've had some neck issues. Can't get out there, but I feel a lot better today. I feel 100% better this week. So I'm doing really good.
I'm glad to hear that, man. It's nice whenever you have a pain-free day as well.
Yeah.
What, man?
Yep. It's great. It's been a great day, actually. So I've been doing real good. I went out and mowed the lawn, did all kinds of work in the yard. So it was a good one.
Good for you.
Really
man.
nice. It was like 90 here yesterday, but it was 76 for a high today. So
that's nice and cool, you know. You still get out in the sun.
Yeah, nice and windy here. It was nice cool breezes blowing through. If you had to be out in the sun, it got pretty hot.
Oh, damn, I forgot this. This bud smells good. I like this. I never grew no Starfighter before. I'm not sure anything about that strain.
We grew a Party Cup Girl Scout cookie. It got pretty big, man. It was
we grew a whole ton of Girl Scout cookies when we first got the Canatrol.
Yeah, we did.
I think that might have been the first thing to go through the Canatrol, was it?
Was
it Girl Scout cookies? Cheers,
There's
Jimmy.
There's a new curing device out there now.
Is it the one that goes big puck?
It looks like a storage. It's a storage container, like a regular storage tote. It looks like, but yeah, It's a new machine. Yeah, it dehydrates and cures and dries.
Competition in the marketplace. That's awesome.
That's right. That's number 3, ain't it? It was your Canatrol, Seed Person's. What is that? Seeds or buds? What's the name of this? Damn it.
Myers now.
Yeah, that one. Yep, and then this new one. So
then they had
a whole line of them. So
what was that old one called that took oil and shit? It was like the Curadol. What the hell was that? The one Jack Greenstock used to talk about.
I don't know that. I'm not
sure. I think they sold them in the back of the High Times magazines and shit for a long time. They were real expensive.
I can't remember.
But anyhow, yeah, there's not many things out there. But you know what? Competition in the market drives innovation and fair market value pricing, you know?
I think it's about $250.
Ooh, I seen this other one. It was like a puck. You kind of was supposed to take a small bucket or whatever or something, and you put this thing in the side of it, and it was supposed to circulate the air through there and cool it or some shit all at one time. I think Shark Mouse Farms was trying one. They weren't cheap either. I think even our buddy XYZ saw them at the CanaFest when he was in MJ BizCon. I don't know if it was this year or last year, but it was like a Cure Puck or something like that. There, it's called. You might be able to Google it, but yeah, Cure Puck. I can't remember what the hell the name of it was.
Even Google says Cure Puck.
Cannabis curing puck or something, maybe will come
up. It says Cure Puck, yeah. It ensures your flower is taken care of 24/7. Automate your curing process. Streamline your curing process. Get a consistent and precise cure every time. Excuse me, I didn't mean to sound like a commercial.
No, I like that. Great. Yeah. I was thinking about buying it. You were kind of convincing me.
Yeah. I was
that voice, that trustworthy voice.
This commercial, I'll cover New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and
Yeah, the disclaimer at the end. That's right.
yeah, that little
Really, really
fast,
fast.
real disclaimer at the end. This product not approved in all 50 states. Boom. No, that's it though. The puff, man. I seen some people using it. I heard a few good things, man. But you know how it's one of those things that people say they're going to review, and then they kind of come back with
$600, my friend.
Yeah, they're not cheap. I was going to say 500 is what I thought. They might have won up since they've been out for at least 2 years. I think I've been seeing them around. Maybe
It looks like it's about this big and about that thick, and it sits on top of a 5-gallon bucket. Is that what it does? It sucks the. That's really weird.
It circulates the air. It's called
I think that's a bucket.
That's what I said. You can put it in like a 55-gallon drum, dude. From what they say, you can plug that into or like a big bucket or a big tote. You know, you can plug it into the side of like a 50-gallon tote.
I've never seen one of those. That's cool.
But you know, for that much money, man, it better be able to handle a pretty big size amount.
Yeah, I see it. They do have it in a big tote. It's cut right and it's mounted right on the side of it. Okay. Well, that makes more sense, though. You know, you do more.
It's like plumbing in water line or something to it, isn't it? You ever hear that before, Jace? He got his mute on. He might be.
Yeah, I've heard that Cure Puck. I thought it was expensive. I didn't know it was $600 though.
You ever see? I know you watch a lot of shows and shit too. You ever see anybody using one?
Not personally. I think I just saw an advertisement for it. Yeah, that's too much. I'll stick with my homemade curing system I got here. It was a fraction of that cost.
I don't blame you. Hey, I'll say this: curing and drying and curing is a big make or break part. You know, a lot of people are good at growing and they suck at curing and they suck at drying, and they live in a place that's hard to keep controls. And so
that's us.
I think
he's talking about us.
Yeah. Well, I know we're not the only ones. I like.
You got can controls. You're good. You guys are good. That is the weak link. That's my weak link, honestly, you know, is curing and drying. Because I don't have a really good, I have a drying room. I can control the humidity, but I really can't control the temperature. So that's kind of a bummer.
Hey, cheers, Despicable Dads. Looks like he says he's going to be testing the Easy Cure Tote. Hey,
starting tomorrow. That's cool.
That's the one.
Exciting.
That's the one. Yep, that's the one. Cool. You come back. Let us know how that sucker works. I really want to know because it has a rack in it where you lay the weed on it and it circulates the air around the weed. So it should be interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's mainly drying you got to worry about. I mean, once you get it to a jar, it's pretty safe at that point as long as you didn't screw it up when you dried it.
You're right. It's all about, you know, it is, man. And it's tough because we've even had strains where we run them through the Canatrol. They don't come out that great. And it's like, damn, at that point, you got to think, like, what is it? Because
what happened?
There was a couple other trays in there of a different strain that came out fire. Man, you know?
Out of the same machine.
Out of the same machine. So it's like, I know that the conditions were conducive for a proper dry cure. Why is this one? And the whole time it was real frosty and smelled great, you know, and then, you know, all of a sudden that's what comes back. And then it makes me wonder, because I read about these companies that are in legal markets. They have to send out for testing, you know, they test for yeast and mold and all this shit. And I wonder, like, my understanding is that we want the enzymes to break down that chlorophyll and do certain things, and that's why your smoke becomes smoother. And we want to have conditions that are conducive for them enzymes or whatever they're called to do so without over drying and stopping them by killing them or leaving it too wet and having yeast and mold and other things naturally grow and outpace them. So it's a fine line, and I won't pretend to understand drying and curing the way I wished I did, you know, but I think I got a small grasp on it. I don't know how to mess it up real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know if it was on top shelves or not. I don't know if I made that distinction.
I can't remember.
I actually think it was the one I was thinking of that kind of broke my heart. It was half a Canatrol, and then the other half was something else. And half was wood and half wasn't. So I can't remember if it would have been top half, bottom half, or what. But we have an
Did it get better after you cured it, or was it just jumped all the way through?
Beautiful plant.
No, it was always mints. Doesn't really care for it.
Too bad.
The old Canatrols have 2 fans in them. They have one high and one low. The new Canatrols have one fan dead in the middle.
I wonder if it makes a difference.
We haven't really noticed a difference when we run them consecutively.
Oh, you have them both. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there was 3 different generations so far. We got generation 2 and 3. The very first generation was only around, I think, for like 6 months or a year, and then they come out with generation 2, which I have, and then generation 3 come out, and we got that one too. It's a little bit smaller as well than generation 2. Generation 2, you can't read.
The trays
don't fit. They're like
a skinnier,
quarter-inch difference, in the whole entire box inside. And yeah.
But it's such a small amount. It doesn't really. I can't see it affecting like what we put in one fits in the other.
Yeah, it hasn't shown made any difference that way. It seems to work.
Just because,
But yeah, nonetheless, drying and curing, man, used to often be a topic that wasn't covered enough, in my opinion. I think a lot of people didn't know a lot. I think a lot of people didn't like to admit that they had fucked the cures up, excuse my language, severely, ruined shit to where they was heartbroken and they didn't want to tell people, and that's unfortunate. So it's best to say, look, this is what happened. I got to make this shit not happen.
Hey, sometimes you get lucky though. Like when I dried Amy, I had my room set for Keith. It was like 35% or something for a day or two. Then I switched it over. But when I put it in jars, about a month and a half later, it developed a nice flavor. So I got lucky as hell because it got rid of all the chlorophyll taste. Yeah, you're right, man. You can ruin a harvest really easy that way. Drying too fast.
Or if you're taking on moisture when it's just about done to be dried.
Or if you could get that from.
I never did that.
You could get that from like environment change outside around here. We would, like I said many times, we'd wake up in the morning, it'd be 40% humidity in the closet where we used to dry, and we both leave for the day, come back 8 hours later, and it's 87% humidity in that closet because it rained all day. Now the buds aren't dry no more. They're like squishy like a sponge, and they never come back around again.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No wonder you got a Canatrol. I can see that.
We've also made this stupid ass mistake where we had a whole bunch of buds hanging up in there. It was a plant that was ready like a week earlier than another one. And a day or two later, we were going to take that plant down. And here we came and added another big plant to the closet, never realizing that it was going to stoke into that other one and bring it back. It was that much moisture. And it was like, damn. So we kind of ruined one. And I think the other one ended up not even being that great. And it was like, I can't believe we screwed that up with this little bit of shitweed, or whatever.
Yeah, I think that was like early on.
Yeah.
It was pretty critical. We took that as a big grow. I think I want to say it was our second or third grow.
Yeah, and
when that happened, it was like, we put all that
heartbreaking in it.
We put all that work
mistake.
into it. Yeah. And plus, like back then, I was like, we're breaking the law hardcore for this.
Yeah.
I'm risking my freedom, and this is what's come of it. I'm like, oh no. I cried.
4 months worth of work.
I did.
Yeah, man. And that's
I don't blame you.
you go. We've all been through that heartbreak, and if you haven't yet, you will someday.
Hope you don't. Just, take our pitfalls into consideration. Like, don't add
The
moist
Hermes, the
bud
seeds, the
back
ruins,
with your dried. Yeah.
the busted.
That's
pH.
exactly what I did in a box. I had some hanging. It was half dried. I added some fresh cut in there, and the half dried all molded.
Yeah.
It was, I threw it all away. It was heartbreaking. Yeah, you're right.
Well, back like early on, like I said, we were putting it into jars too, because that was the practice, and then burping the jars because you were stabilizing it then. And I think Smart and I weren't very good at that, like getting them burped enough, getting those temperatures and humidities down to whatever they needed to be. And there's a couple times I think that we maybe took really fire weed and it ended up being crap because we just didn't burp the jar right.
It stayed moist for too long.
And it just, we've even had
mold. And we
in
tried
our
to save
jar.
big buds and shit. We thought we was cool, man. We was like, check out these big fat buds. I'm putting it in its own jar, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, a couple weeks later, you're pulling it out, break it open, it's full of mold. Hey, you're muted, Art, man. Let's do that again. I'll put you on the big screen.
Oh, you didn't need to do that. I just said, thanks, Crispy. I forgot to burp this jar. I just burped it.
How's it smell, man?
Rookie mistake. That's okay. But she saved me, so thank you. Oh, it smells great. Absolutely wonderful. Of course. I had my face buried in there.
Hey, you know what, though? That's exactly what I think happened to Smart and I. Is we'd forget, like, oh, by the time we'd be like, shit, did you? No, I didn't. Did you? Well, let's go do it. Now it's been 3 days.
All the hygrometers are reading 68. They're like, shit,
Oh, yeah.
No, they're only 75%.
Some of them would be, no doubt.
No, they were, and I'm like, oh.
I remember dumping our jars back out for a day and a half. Look at that. You got
that's nice.
It's a grow bag, but it's a 60. It's a 63. It's one of those little black things. They're kind of cheap and cheesy. It's supposed to be from 59 to 62. So I'm saying 63 is probably close to on target for it, but
yeah,
that's my Argyle stash. So, but no burping with those. I'm sorry.
There's a tolerance of 1 or 2 degrees plus or minus with
exactly.
Plus,
those things are really cheap. Can anybody recommend a humidity meter that's pretty accurate?
I like the guppies, man. They was 2 for $20, and you can hook them to your phone and shit.
You put those in your jars?
No, they're
no. That's what I'm talking. I'm talking the little humidity meters for jars.
Yeah, I use them cheap ones like you have, man.
Yeah, they're just real cheap.
I know they're $1, I think, or something like that. At the grocery store.
Dude, I probably got like 50 of them, man. They're all out of. I got probably like 60 batteries too.
They're not all accurate though, so
No, they're all different. But it was always more like a pert near system.
Guidepost.
The difference between 65 and 80 can be hard to tell sometimes. There you go. Nice. Burning your joint up. It's all rezzed up.
Rosin.
Nice.
Rosin stays on fire for some reason.
It does. It's like napalm, man. It'll start dripping off of there and everything,
No, it'll soak all the way down through the joint. I'll never even notice it. Well, I'll notice it, but I won't get it sticky or anything. Anyway, it's a great duty.
Cheers, Guerrero. Decoy. Yeah, they said some people weren't getting notifications. They must have been casting some shade on us again.
Yeah, we did something wrong.
It seems to be normal amount of people.
Yeah. And cannabis is becoming more and more legal. Not the classification is changing. the future looks bright for cannabis. I hope. I remain hopeful for the future.
Absolutely. For you guys too.
And,
that's great. I do.
yeah, and just like the testing that can go on and the studying, because it's not illegal and
Cheers, Ty.
Looked on as it's not looked upon the same way as the reefer mania people are being educated, and we're all being educated about this plant and all that it can do. Those are great steps in the future. So when Pennsylvania becomes legal, hopefully be growing in my backyard.
Yeah.
We've got an autoflower back there right now, man. It would be so nice if we didn't have that damned pesky fence that you can see through. We might be able to.
Yeah.
Put your little greenhouse up back there.
Oh, yeah. Nice, a little greenhouse and do secret.
Keep it low key, yeah. Maybe get some polyploids and toss out there so we ain't got to worry about the pollen.
So, and with the tomatoes, they'll never know, right?
Yeah, it's you can go into. I said this to my wife. We went into a convenience store and they had a beer cave in the back. There was like a room you could go in. You go through this door. There's a beer cave there. You can get all the beer you want. Come out of there. Right to the left was like 6 gaming stations where you can sit down and spin reels, like a slot machine, and a
gambling
casino. And people are all sitting there, and I'm like, look, you can come in here, buy a beer and gamble, go buy cigarettes and all this other shit, but anything cannabis, and your ass is like, no, that's totally illegal here in Pennsylvania. It's ridiculous, man. It makes my pop thinking of all the people.
Hey, we're not alone, though. There's other states out there that,
Cannabis is the least dangerous and destructive of all the things I just mentioned. Gambling, alcohol, and tobacco. But yet it's the biggest frowned upon. And it's very...
I was in a grocery store and they had probably 20 kinds of rum. I kid you not. I didn't even know there was that many kinds of rum. But it was a grocery store with a little alcohol thing off the side.
Yep.
It's like, holy crap. Like 10 kinds of vodka, or, how many whiskeys? Probably 20 of them too.
Damn, you guys are wild out there in Illinois. Hey, we finally got beer in the gas stations.
Yeah,
some grocery stores, but not all.
Oh, it's open season. I could get a truck full of whiskey if I wanted to. I mean, if I put in the order, I'm sure I could buy everything on their shelf. Nobody would. I could fill up 10 grocery carts. That's just the way it is. But, yeah, I mentioned cannabis, but we're legal cannabis too, rec. But
hey,
you guys are coming. You're getting there.
I'd like to grow my own mushrooms, make my own whiskey, and grow my own smoke. I was walking through Lowe's the other day. I don't know if I told them this, and they had these mushroom kits there for like I forget what kind of mushroom, chicken of the forest or something mushroom, and there was like 4 or 5 of the boxes must have broke open and got wet because there was this big mushroom busting out the side of the box right on the store shelf, and there was all gnarled up, big ass mushrooms too. And I was thinking, what a cool thing! It's like $20, man. You take it home, open it up. I guess you water it or whatever. I should have read the instructions, but I was looking at Adam laughing my ass off. They was already busted open on the shelf.
Cheers to the future where you can get the psychedelic mushrooms on a shelf at Lowe's with instructions on the side.
I just thought it was cool to see like a mycology is also in that part of it too. Maybe it's always been that way, and I just haven't seen them because now you're hypersensitive to it when all your friends are showing you the mushrooms they grow. And that's exactly what what we have to get into next will be the mushrooms, right?
Oh yeah, we can.
I've been really wanting to do that. People have said they'll send us the syringes and stuff. We gotta
try our luck at it. You know?
Yeah, a lot of the grocery stores here have a lot of mushroom supplies in there. Every time I go in, they ask me if I want to get some stuff to grow mushrooms. I'm like, no, I'm good.
I'm not big on psychedelics, man. They get high, but I wouldn't mind microdosing them.
Yeah, there's benefit to it.
Yeah, man. It's to eat them to get stoned is just too intense for me. I'm getting too old, man. I might want to take a nap. You know, I don't want to feel that vulnerable for that long. You know.
I was adventurous when I was younger, though. But I don't think I could take anything like that anymore. Certainly nothing major. They call it a hero dose. No, I have no interest in that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, microdose.
Well, you know, if you like that, that's fine. But I'm just a little past that right now in my life.
Same here, man.
There's a small part of me, I'm not gonna lie, that like wants to trip real bad because like I haven't had a bad trip. You know, because
it was fun.
As hell. And you know, I learn a lot about myself every time. It's fun.
And I laughed a lot. I laughed so hard the next day my sides hurt. I laughed so much.
Your cheeks hurt and shit from smiling so hard.
Yeah, exactly.
You're sitting there smiling like a butcher's dog.
You got it. It is. It's painful, actually. The next day is quite painful in the cheeks, and you don't want to smile or laugh anymore the next day, but you will because you remember what you did. So have fun.
Cheers, Squiddy. I haven't seen Squid in a while, man. It's nice to see you around, buddy.
Cheers,
hell, man.
Smile it, buddy. Big smile for Squid.
Yep. It's been a beautiful day today. Beautiful start to the summer, man. I feel very blessed, even though we're not growing. It seems like other parts of aspects in our life have been very peaceful, calm, and prosperous, you know, and just looking forward to the continuation of that. You know, my grandpa used to always stress the fact that there was no such thing as luck. He said luck was when preparation and opportunity met. And so I feel like some of that's coming back to my wife and I. We've been preparing for a lot of things for a long time. And I feel like we finally sometimes get our payoff. And it's always good when you feel like that. And plus, it's just been, I don't know, the weather's been great and good vibes all around the family lately, including you guys.
And it helps with the not grit when we're not growing it. It's like a little stressor in our lives, but we're trying some different stuff.
I sit outside.
Trying to maybe make some more rose bushes.
Mm-hmm. That's what we got going on right here.
We took some cuts today and
that was
prepared them.
What did you take? 6, 7, half a dozen?
Yeah, we took half a dozen. I thought that was a nice round number. If we see some progress of it moving forward, then I'm gonna jump all over them. You know,
we should have took a picture of our celery. My wife.
Oh yeah,
she's rooting some celery.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice.
I tried that for the first time last year, just for shits and giggles, and I saw it on the internet, and I was very curious, and it worked so well. And we ate the celery all last summer. So I'm excited about the celery growing in my window. It's in the windowsill now. We'll be taking it out the garden shortly, but it's ripping.
I sit beside that rose bush and I watch the birds at the bird feeder, and it's a very calming thing. One thing I like about that rose bush is it blooms all the time, man. And I was saying that it doesn't smell real strong. Is that normal? Did you notice that, babe?
Yeah,
they're not smell all that great.
It may be the strain or the type of rose.
But they're blooming from top to bottom, man. They literally from 2 inches off the ground all the way up, and it's maybe 4 foot tall. It's 4 foot wide though. It's huge, and it's just bursting with us.
Tell you what, those rose bushes are tough, man. We got one at our house, and we don't do anything to it. We don't water it, and it looks like hell at the end of the year, like it's dead, and it pops right back up.
Oh yeah, you know the best thing for them is to cut them back down to like 1 foot. Just leave like 1 foot or something on some of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure about all of them.
But I did that to ours, man, and it exploded. I also gave it a ton of bloom leaf runoff.
Oh,
That had a little helping hand.
we gave her some runoff.
Oh yeah. Nice.
So if you guys aren't growing, then you got enough stockpile to run you to your next harvest?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to take it easy, but
I have enough to last.
My wife has a few jars of autoflowers that she's saying she's willing to smoke, and I probably would too, but I'd rather not. It would make me feel less than. Not because they're autos, just because it's not that great. It's not.
It's not the worst though.
It's definitely low
it's
grade.
really not. It's definitely
Low grade.
It's low grade. But
better than nothing.
Yes, exactly.
But that's a great point, Chase. If I can get this money rounded up, I can get done sooner rather than later. And trust me, I got my hustle on as hard as I can right now. And
what all you lack to get it going?
Oh man, I can't wait to get this sea of green ribbon. I got to get me a new tent.
We have everything we need to get it going. It's just.
Oh, I got the seeds already.
We're going to regardless be growing in the fall.
Yeah.
Come September. I'm sure that we'll find something.
Anything that isn't done by then is going to wait until next year.
It's just going to be that will get put on hold for the grow.
And we'll have something rocking and rolling.
So, I don't think that Smart and I are going to run out at all. We have another alternative too, and it's not that bad. It doesn't taste the greatest, but we put it in a blunt, and we have like roaches. All of our roaches, we save every single one. And
there's no shame in my game. I save every roach.
Process that.
I got jars of roaches, man.
Smart will smoke that, but he won't smoke the crystal pinkman that I have from last spring autoflower challenge. And I have some sticky dicky that, it turned out not the greatest too. I mean, they're both on the same level.
I'll tell you what, man.
Taste isn't the greatest. It's not harsh. That's the good thing about it. The buzz is very mellow and light. It gives me a nice buzz that I like, and that's like what attracts me to that weed. That's why I'll be smoking it. But it doesn't taste the greatest. There's not the trifecta there.
Let's not forget about the days whenever we was broke. Me and your homie was just smoking roaches out of a Campbell or something when you was young, Roaches used to save my ass. I still save all my roaches. I don't know why. It's like the prepper, or it's like the hoarder in me. Like I always think that's a month's worth of smoking if life became real bad, that's meds or whatever. I don't care how you look at it. I look at that, and it's a big stinky jar of roaches, but that's me, man. That's how I am. I got probably 3 or 4 absolutely full quart tomato jars.
That we wouldn't actually run out of weed if that would take. We could take over a year off. I think we have enough roaches because there's so many.
I'll smoke roaches because I know what they are.
We probably have I want to say 5 ounces of autoflower bud that I'm willing to smoke. And then
it's easy to take for granted when you're doing good.
What's that, Chase?
So just saying, it's easy to take for granted, when you're going good, you get good grow and you got a big stockpile and it's easy to waste, like I find myself doing that. I might crush up some and roll me up one, but I've got a little bit left over and it's just breadcrumbs, so I might toss it sometimes, but I think, man, if I save all this up, that's quite a bit. That adds up.
This would be our
weed rich, man. We know all about being weed rich around here. And then hey, we save those roaches, which may come in handy. Maybe we won't even have to smoke them.
This will be our longest stretch without a harvest since 2016.
That's crazy.
So
I don't want to do that.
I don't think it would be the worst for me and Smart just to take a tolerance break either. So
I really could use one.
I think we could use one, and I'm willing to embrace that because I know I'm strong.
There's a lot of good that comes from a tolerance break.
Yeah, when my house flooded out, I went about a year before I started growing again, and it was nice to have that break, and I didn't run out, so I was good.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
I mean,
cool. A year's a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like forever now, but I've done great big stretches in my life where I
didn't smoke.
I had drug-free completely.
Yeah.
So long stretches, like sentences.
Hopefully that won't happen a lot more. It's okay if you do it a tolerance break because you want to. It's a different story when you're doing it because you have to.
Well, right.
Your headspace is in two different places there. I could definitely, and you know what? A tolerance break is much easier when you have, 10 jars lined up in there of good smoke, and you're thinking any minute I want one, I can go have it, But if you're down to, 3/4 of one jar and you got a while before harvest, you're thinking, I have no choice. And I don't like that feeling. So I'd rather do it early. Does that make sense? It will help my headspace more to have jars on deck when I do my tolerance break. And you know what? A tolerance break for me could actually just be maybe like 2 joints a day or something, That would really be a huge
slowdown.
Yeah, because we play average.
That's a slowdown. That's not a break. That's not actually a break.
It's
a break for me, man.
Yeah,
I fear.
We smoke like 10 joints a day, man.
We gotta run out of the shit before we can take a break.
Dude, I smoke like 10.
And that might be the sad truth right there.
I
But
smoked 2 joints before I smoked 2 joints.
we love you, Mary Jane.
That's right.
And then you got high.
That's right.
Hey, we have that RSO too, and we have material that we have to do another.
Freezer material. You got any hash? Any hash or teeth?
We have a small amount
Of what, hash?
of hash.
Yeah, we got
Just
probably
a small amount.
And then I wouldn't consider it very hash, but it's old, man. And then we have what I am excited.
We have some dry sift.
We have some sift. We have some
it counts.
Scissor hash that I'm really excited for. I've had like 10 of these little balls now for a while. I'm looking forward to busting them out someday and putting them on a bowl, and maybe when company comes over, bust them out. They have some. Oh, they smell delish.
Yeah, they do. They smell wonderful. I'm shocked. I was like, I can't believe I get away with it.
Yeah.
Scissor hash.
They're big.
I feel like I'm snobby about it, but I'm like, scissor hash. But man, that's.
But she'll smoke the autos, but not my good scissor hash that came from Fire Mud.
I think you guys are going to be all right. You just laid out a bunch of weed stuff you got. Yeah, we got
we really do. We're actually
3 ounces
fine.
of roaches.
I mean,
You got everything.
panicky a little
You
bit.
got dry sift.
I'll say this.
You're spoiled. You're all spoiled.
Yes,
Got so many
indeed,
different
we're
things.
Spoiled.
Smoking the cannabis is only half of it. Growing the cannabis and the cultivation is half or more of the whole therapeutic value of the cannabis plant for me. Really, I don't worry about really running out. That's something. I'd rather not, and I can make sure I don't. But I want to hurry to get growing just because I want to grow it. I don't mind having an abundance.
We want the abundance because there ain't no plant count around here.
No.
Or no weight limit.
No.
In our fantasy world right here.
It's money on the wood.
But
we got. I just want to get back to growing, man, and see what we can do. We're changing a few things.
We're changing some things. Plus, we got some really awesome genetics. I'm so excited about from people that I look up to and respect, and just I'm excited about what's to come. And us changing our ways a little bit. We're switching it up, Postmont.
Yep.
Switching it up a little bit. We're gonna
sea of green, everything.
uncharted waters.
Turnover.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
That'll be
Small
nice.
plants with turnover rates. One, leave them in small little square 20-ounce pots or something, something maybe a size of a solo cup or bigger. And yeah, man, regs, boom, busting out a bunch of regs, man, taking clones and keeping them in the small town to the side.
Yeah, we want to do that. That's going to be so much fun. I'm looking forward to the experiment part of it.
Yeah, the return per square foot per year should dominate in this style of growing. And it's going to be funner than hell for us because that's like shotgun style growing. There's no long veggies, flowering is your longest thing, really. That's your downtime is your flower time. You can't really speed it along only so much, right?
And why would you want to, right? Because it's the fun time.
Well, if you got proper environment, proper lighting, proper nutrient ratios, and everything's firing on all cylinders, they'll finish nice and they'll finish, in a timely manner. They won't have to drag out. I love the fact that I can't wait to try it. But that's part of why we want to get started. But we don't want to run out as well. And yeah, see, a lot of people are liking it.
Yeah, we want to get all of this practice in and all of this experience.
Yeah,
with growing and
sea of green is great.
Yeah,
I've seen a sea of green. It's a beautiful thing. It is about 40 or 50
soils, man. Making our own soil really for a while now, working with different things to break down the get compost going and see what works good. Trying to get the carbon, nitrogen together out there, and that's come together. You can see our rose bush, which we inherited, but we really have done good with it since we've had it for the last 4 summers. This will be a 4th summer. Oh, here we go. Artman got him up.
Oh yeah,
that is a male.
Oh, you got the
results.
I did. I just checked. That is a male. That's a male.
So,
bitch. What are we gonna do?
I don't know yet. I'll figure out next couple of days. But that is a male. I'll probably pop another one. So
you heard it here.
Hey,
everybody.
It is. It is what it is.
Hey, remember what you said though? You said that you could collect the pollen and just have it on deck.
That I can.
Not necessarily bad.
That is an option. And I would like to do that too. So, and it is bambolam, so it's supposed to be very powerful cultivar.
I wanted to see it flowered out, man. I'm a little bummed. I can't lie.
Yeah, well, I'll put another one in.
You got more seeds, huh?
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I'll pop one tonight.
Do you have more tests?
Oh yeah. Well, the thing was, I ordered 10 tests and I set them aside, and then I ordered 10 more tests. So yeah, I got a couple of them.
Oh, nice.
I got like 19 left. It's like, holy shit, I forgot. I meant to do it, and I got all high and did them again. That's what happened.
One good thing is they never expire.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Yeah,
yep.
That's
and I'll be needing another one soon. I'll be needing another one
at a time. Or...
Yep.
Better luck next time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Well, that is what it is. That's regs for you. You trade the vigor for the chance that you're going to get a meal.
This is where I feel like the numbers game will be in our favor. If we can run that first run through with multiple ones, finish out the girls. May not be the perfect plant per square foot ratio, but once you get those clones off of that, all your next runs, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
From that cultivar will be exactly how you want it. And then you keep doing that every so often. Well, if we have one tent, we'll be running clones. One tent will be running the next batch of seeds that we want to get new clones from. And I think in that manner, we'll be able to keep some around. I'm going to do a double decker. I think it's going to be really cool. If I can make it come together the way I picture it. A lot of times things just don't develop. We'll see. But yeah, he used Farmer Freeman, despicable dabs.
Smart, are you going to run an auto water system with that sea of green?
You know what?
Good question.
It's a good question. I don't think we're going to have it at first. I think that's one thing that I will have to put back on the back burner at first, Jason. I'd like to do maybe a flood and drain table or something to make it easy,
That would be the way to do it.
have a flood and drain table, but that's also, I have some particulars on that I'd like to go over and work through in my head and on paper, but about heights and different things.
Yeah.
So, but I think at first it's going to have to be, I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm going to do it.
That's a lot of plants to hand water.
I know.
I can spray them.
Yeah, flood table. No, you want to flood table that. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't want to do a sea of green hand water. That isn't it. That isn't what you want.
We're gonna have some sort of tray in there to be able to try and go with that.
Sounds like hydro to me. Flood and drain. I don't know.
No, they didn't get any of mine wrong. Despicable Dabs.
Yeah, we used Farmer Freeman a few times and never did they get it wrong. I mean, every female they said was female. Now,
I think that would only happen to a person who actually wanted to keep a male, because they would be told it was a male. They wouldn't kill it. They'd be happy that they had a male because they wanted pollen from that plant. And then they realized that the damn thing flowered instead of being a male, or vice versa. They were told it was a female and it grew out to be a male.
right.
Well, it can't test for herms either. It cannot test for herms. That's one thing he said when he was a guest on your show. So you can't. It doesn't test for that. So
yeah, I think if you do the search, it comes up. Farmer Freeman, interview with Farmer Freeman. He's been on our show twice now, 2 different years, and it was a lot of fun trying to. And in the second year, he had that hop-laden thyroid test that are now very prevalent in all the grow shops and online and everything, and they're up and running with great accuracy.
Bunch of fruit tests too. He had papaya tests and all kinds of dates, I think, and some other shit too. Nice. I wonder what he's got now. I bet he's expanded again.
We'll have to get him on for 2024 sometime, you know?
Yeah. We can discuss that, what's new, and
maybe when it starts cooling down and people are popping a lot more seeds, we'll have to check them out. I think a lot of people.
That's when I bought my test. He gave us all a discount, so it was like 10% or something. But
yeah. For like a week or two.
That's when I bought it.
Use that. That's what it was.
I used it. I did. I used it twice.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it is.
It makes it nice. Now you have all these tests that you don't have to worry about. You know, someone sends you regular seeds, and you're like, "Oh, cool. I don't have to take clones to find out. I'll just send my test in." And it's fun to take those tests, and the results are very quick, in my opinion.
I took a test on something, but it was a fem. Somebody said you didn't have to test that. It was like, oh, jeez. And it came back as fem.
Yeah,
it came back
it was a
fem.
yeah,
it was, and it tested it right, you know. Waste of a
I
test.
asked Farmer Freeman on our show. I said, "What's the craziest thing you ever saw?" And he said a guy sent in like 50 seeds that were all feminized, and he paid $500 to get them tested, and then they all come back. And he said that, you know, it's unfortunate, but people forget and they do that. And he said on a situation like that, he told the guy, he split it with him, I guess, or something.
Yeah, he adjusted it somehow. I remember that.
Yeah, he split it with him, and he also gave a discount on the future. He said if you come back in the future, he gave you a discount. So he was able to work with him, but that does suck because, you know,
I remember that.
He put up 50 tests. He had to run 50 tests, and that's not cheap, you know. So for him to be willing to deal with and help, that's pretty cool.
Farmer Freeman had explained to us, Pickle Dabs, like how early to take those tests.
You can take it as soon as you can.
And as soon as those leaves pop out, you know, after the cloits, you can take a little sample, and
all he needs is roughly a half inch. Something about half inch. So
yeah,
that first you can almost get away with a collar lead. I'd like to go a little more.
Or if you're in a prohibition state or out of the country, I believe out of the country, you can use something called a smash card. And that's where you smash the leaf into the card, and the leaf material is gone, and you just mail that card, and he can actually test that spot. You see, test the spot that you smashed in. It sounds weird, but that's what it works. A smash card.
Yeah, it is, and it comes with this. It comes with a kit, which is pretty cool. You know, the smash test and all the instructions. They're very clear, very easy to
It's
use.
very fast too.
And it's fast. It's fun.
I can't remember what day I sent it in. It's real fast though. He had it within a day of receiving it. He was done by that day. So, I mean, maybe sometimes he's busier than that, but he was fast this time. He's always fast.
Yeah. I'm thinking as soon as he got it, we noticed the package arrived. It was like within 24 hours. He had like the next day, had our results.
Yep. He lets you know when it gets there, and he lets you know when it's refill set. Within 24 hours usually. So it's good. It's handy. Save you some time.
Yeah, it does. It saves some time. And it's fun. It gives you that added little
there's
extra.
There's both episodes, the first episode and the second episode of Farmer Freeman interview on this show. You guys can check them out if you so desire. I think Despicable Nose was asking. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and
I'm not sure if he does Canada or not. I may have misspoke for out of the country. I really can't remember. It seems like that was the case with the Smash cards, though. That's why he made them. So,
yeah, for like if you want to be incognito and you don't want to chance it, then that's the way to go.
Artman said it. That's ARTM.
Hey, I put Farmer Freeman's website. I'm sure you can find out, more information there too. Check them out. It's fun and cool.
He's got squash coming soon.
As soon as you can get the sample man, you can send it off. If your plants are growing good, just get something about the size of a thumbnail, throw it in there, and off it goes. I think everybody's thumbnail is big enough to cover the test, And he said when they get it, they really only use like a hole punch, like you would use in I think he says that on one of our interviews. Like a hole punch you would use in like a 3-ring binder or something.
Yeah.
Or like our buddy Isenai uses to poke holes in the bottom of his pot so his roots go through. They use something like that, bam, and they'll let you know. But it's nice to send a little extra if you can, But it's also nice if you're going to see it green or something, or depending on if you're trying to do a quick flip, you want to know right away. That way, to get rid of ones, how to train the rest of them to fill your space, et cetera, et cetera. So the quicker you know, the better you are, the better you can plan. And I think regs, so far, every reg we've grew has been, seemed like dominating genetics to me, but it depends on, and we've gotten from a couple different people the regs we have grown. And one of the regs we grew ourselves, or we made the seed ourselves by accident and grew it. Remember which one was it?
I can't remember. I don't know.
Mimosa. It was the Mimosa.
That wasn't
Mac Herm is what I got it labeled as.
Oh, that's right. That wasn't a regular seed. You're right.
It wasn't.
That was a regular. Huh. But anyhow, the regular seeds we've grown were really good. And I'm looking forward to trying some more of those.
But we have, Smoke's not wrong. We had success with just, and this was probably lucky. Maybe your grandfather wouldn't agree with me, but we got lucky because we were like, why not try one of those seeds that we really like the mimosa? Let's try. We only got like 3 seeds off of the whole plant. Let's pop one of them. And it turned out great. It was very similar to the mimosa that we had just grown.
Oh, Spire, guys! I was so
we
proud.
loved it. We loved it. So we got lucky.
It's our seed
because we were taking it was like a crapshoot. You got a 50-50 chance. The odds.
We had some rooms,
it could have been a total herm, bad genetically, whatever. but it turned out to be nice. So
there's your buddy Red Eye saying hello.
Hey, Red Eye. What's up, buddy? Oh, by the way, first class UK and Canada from Farmer Freeman is $15. So there you go. They do go out of country some. So.
Cool.
Yeah, I think if you buy 10, discount maybe.
Yeah, I think the more you buy off of them, the more you get, like the discount.
And they also have discounts on 420 every year, and they have discounts on Black Friday, and that's where we buy ours every year.
Yeah, they get 2 sales a year.
Yeah,
and
it's a good idea.
We got about 17 tests on sale bars.
Yeah.
And I will say this: I had like 2 or 4 that I forgot about. I didn't have a whole pack that I forgot about, but I thought we had used them all. And then we ordered some, and I was like, "Man, we got some more." But we've ordered a couple times since then, and we went through a few of them. We did a whole tent full race.
Yeah, we did. It was fun because, well, I think
I've got a lot of beans. There's a lot I want to try. I've got some, I'm glad that I finally got Puffy's going. I appreciate him sending me the seeds. So, but I got so many people that have gotten so much stuff, you
it's a female.
line them up, schedule them. It's frustrating.
We'll get through them, man. We'll get through them, right?
Yeah.
We're going to live long and grow forever. That's the way I see it. We better start wrapping it up. I didn't remember the time.
The time goes so fast when we're hanging out.
There's a little bit of daylight out there.
People.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
We got about, a month until the longest day of the year. And I look forward to that.
Yeah.
That's the day that my beautiful wife is on.
Yeah, we celebrate
Summer solstice.
Summer solstice. It's my favorite day of the year because it's the longest.
And it's our anniversary, right?
Yeah, and it's that's a given. That's so special. Hey, that day's been special my whole life, and I wanted to add you to that my favorite day. Right?
Oh,
that's when I became super lucky.
That's sweet.
I'm a lucky lady. I'm Crispy Wannabe. You can find me here on Wednesday nights and Sunday afternoons with Swamp Poker.
And we'll go with okay, Chase, you want to go first?
Yeah, okay, Jace20 Instagram. Thanks again for having me on, guys. Art, fun hanging out with you. Thanks, chat. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Jace.
Yeah, thanks for keeping us updated on your plans. We get to see every weekend. I love doing
and
that.
They're beautiful. They're all have their own cool thing. And it's cool to see the Acapulco Gold and help me out. The one in the front. Jack Herrera. Jack.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
I hear it too, Galaxy. Somebody has feedback this week. Right at the last 10 minutes, I've been hearing bling, bling, bling. Oh, it might be. Who knows? But Art, man, you're up next. Look, he's like, oh no.
Okay, Artman, 2 N's, 420 _ I'll be making up another seed pack for Sunday's show. So I don't know which one I'll get. But it is
cool, man.
I'll let you know on Instagram.
Awesome.
Sweet. That is awesome. So be sure to head back on Sunday. So you could be a lucky winner of awesome genetics, cool seeds.
Yeah.
Thank you, Artman. You're awesome. Okay, Jace, you are awesome too. And everybody in chat, we love you guys. Hanging out with you on a Wednesday helps us get through the week.
Yeah.
And grow our love.
Grow our love.
Take care.